Hello everyone, I have today the Backup Plus by Seagate, a portable external hard drive. I got it in the 5TB version. It is compatible to be used with both Windows and Mac computers. They do come in several other different sizes as well as different colors. The one I have here is in light blue. I picked this up actually 2 years ago and I've been using it pretty much non-stop ever since. But before I give you my thoughts on using this drive, let's go ahead and take a look at this when it was just brand new right out of the box. But first, with some paperwork, this does come with a few promotional offers, like 1-year subscription to Mylio Create, which is a kind of photo managing service, and 2 months trial of Adobe Creative Cloud. And then this is just the instruction manual for the actual drive. Then all that's left is just the external drive itself, along with its USB cable, which is an older version of USB Type A. Now let's take a look at the actual drive itself. It's actually quite thick and hefty. I do imagine the thickness is attributed to the 5TB size. If you have a smaller size, I do believe it is thinner. I do have the previous version of the Backup Plus here in 1TB size, so you can see it is significantly thinner than my 5TB version here. But I am still able to slip it into my previous hard case that I have for my portable drive. But if you're wondering about the measurements themselves, the thickness is about 0.7 inches. The width 3 inches, and the height 4.25 inches. The cable length is pretty typical, it's about 18 inches long. The weight of the drive itself is 247.1 grams. Add on that cable, and the total weight is 270.5 grams, or 9.54 ounces. Build quality is pretty solid. It is encased in plastic, but it does have a pop-up color in a form of textured metal, which is really nice to see. The sides and back is this white plastic material, which has stand up against the test of time quite well by staying bright white compared to the older generation, which has yellowed over time. Another improvement over the previous design is the connection between the drive and the cable. The previous version was really finicky. If I even move the hard drive a little bit, I risk corrupting files from a break in data connection. But I'm happy to report that this new version, the connection is quite solid, and the cable requires a little bit more force when disconnecting from the drive. However, one design cue I wish Seagate would take note of is adding some grips on the bottom of the drive, like ones found on my WD hard drives. This further ensures that the drive won't be accidentally bumped or moved around when it's on a smooth surface. But enough about the build quality and physical features, let's go ahead and plug it into my computer. You can see there is a little LED light that lights up when it is properly connected to your computer, and it will pulse slowly as data is written to and from the drive. It would actually turn off completely when it's ready to be ejected from the computer. And speaking of reading and writing, here are the read and write speeds when the drive was completely brand new, no data on it whatsoever. And as you can see, it was able to achieve some pretty respectable read and write speeds, all around 130 megabytes per second. But that speed dropped down to about 110, 115 megabytes per second after the files were actually loaded onto it. So it doesn't have super high-end specs. It really is made for mostly just backing up files and data. You probably don't want to edit or work off this drive. Personally, I just use it to archive my old YouTube video files, and that has served its purpose quite well. So if you're interested in it, as usual, the product link is in the description.